too. Kiarra is awesome. Go, girl, says Mackenzie. Where are you at, Mackenzie? Where are you watching from?
Down and quiet, and there they go. Off and running.
That's Morrow, Holness, Lecuyer, Densford, Gurr, Ilog, Hold, and the rest of the crew coming by for lap number 1. Someone says Tessman has gone 10 minutes before on a full tank.
I would not doubt it. The X-Ray team has really been working hard this week, and I've noticed them really checking fuel mileage. Gord checking temperature of the track as well while they are running to see how that affects it, as well as atmospheric temperature. I know Huddy makes a atmospheric temperature gauge specifically for nitro races.
Gotcha.
Just so that they can calculate that. So I would not be surprised if X-Ray team is on point when it comes to fuel stops. It's definitely one of their strong suits.
Sure. Lap number 1 in the books, Brent Densford, Wesley Gurr, Shawn Fraser, Mike Bellotti, Kiarra Holds in 5th, Tony Brown in 6th. So we got some work to do if our picks are going to do good. Press Ilog, Shaun Morrow, Jordan Huzel, Ryan Lecuyer, Robbie Davidson, and Paul Holness round out that lap number 1 racing order. Jordan Huzel for the bump. Mackenzie's from Georgia. You're not too far from here unless you're up at the top near Atlanta or somewhere like that. Are they racing in FPV? What is FPV?
FPV is a first-person view. It's used a lot in like the drones and everything, if you've seen any of those. They are actually not racing in FPV. I think you'd probably get sick if you rode one of these FPV. They are driving from a container or a driver's stand that is to the right of your screen here. So they are just watching the cars from line of sight and driving them that way.
And they're a good 20 feet in the air. If you see here when they come around, we'll see if we can see it on our camera. We'll try to point it out to you as your leader, Densford, there. Densford leading Fraser, Gurr, and Bellotti. But yeah, it is a container, like Charlie said. There you go. So on the top right, you got a container at the bottom, and then on the roof of the container is where your drivers are up there in the top right, and then they have a roof over them as well. I was up there today when it was raining, actually, just kind of hanging out. There was only a couple people up there, and we were just kind of hanging out. And it is really cool. I was checking out the whole structure, and it's a great idea. That container is very sturdy. Plus, they use it for storage underneath.
Yeah, it's a good multi-purpose. I know a lot of tracks use them, especially for outdoor programs when it comes to like the versatility of them, and they're honestly pretty cheap too. They're a lot cheaper than actually building a structure for a driver's stand.
And storage, all in one. It's a great idea.
All
lock it up and walk away. All right, Fraser now leading this one. Wesley Gurr, Mike Bellotti, Shaun Morrow, Tony Brown has moved up 1. Lecuyer, Kiarra Hold has dropped 1 or 2. Fastest lap of this race, 35.636. That's Shawn Fraser. You know much about Fraser?
I do not know much about Fraser. I don't know actually too many of the drivers in this heat. This is one of the ones I'm not too familiar on, but I definitely think he would be one to watch because he was definitely putting down very consistent laps as well as very fast laps.
Sure.
Definitely one to look for in the 1/32nd bug even race.
Absolutely. Bellotti 3rd. Tony Brown has moved up 1. I'm getting closer. Ryan Lecuyer, Shaun Morrow, Robbie Davidson in the 8th spot. Kiarra Hold back to 9th. So what's going on with Kiarra now?
I don't know. Maybe some bad luck or maybe a flame out could have possibly caused that.
Crash or 2. I think she's on lap 5. She's still in the mix. Actually moved up 1 there. She's up to 7th. So I just been a crash or something basic like that. A flip over. Or is that her in the pink, right?
I don't believe so, actually. She has a slightly different paint scheme, I believe. It's not the all pink. I'll look for it here. Maybe we'll get a shot of her coming up.
Perfect. There you go on the right.
Yep, right there. The purple and pink, I believe, is Kiarra.
Yep. So Fraser, Gurr, Bellotti. We got a little over 5 minutes left in this one. Our race 10. Buggies, 1/64 on the even. And the 35.3490 is Fraser's dropped down a little bit. Got a pretty good lap there.
And that time by Kiarra Hold all the way up to 4th now. She's jumping places.
There you go. Look at that.
Yep.
Chrissy Huzel watching from Manitoba, Canada. What's up, Chrissy? Christy, sorry about that.
RC Mom. It's always good to see RC Moms coming out and cheering on there.
Right. The X-Ray drivers are killing it, says Nitro Tim. Must be a good car.
I would definitely say so. The Testmans have been working pretty hard on their, I believe their Truggy, which is paying dividends here as the top 2 vehicles in the qualifying order are both the brand new XT8s. I'm not too sure about the Buggy though. I haven't really had any real thoughts on the Buggy.
Sure.
I haven't really. It hasn't been a very popular or very long-lasting Buggy in the U.S. for a while here. It's kind of just started when Testman switched to X-Rays when people really started to notice it in the States.
Gotcha.
So I have yet to hear an opinion on that. Maybe someone in the chat room can, who owns one or knows someone who owns one, can give us an opinion on that.
There you go.
How they're liking their Buggy there.
All right. Shawn Fraser still leading this one, a little over 3.5 minutes. Shawn Fraser, Wesley Gurr, and let's check out the difference here. There is a 12-second difference. Wesley Gurr in 2nd. Bellotti, Kiarra Hold up to 4th. Press Ilog's moved up. My guy, Tony Brown, my pick, is back to 6th. Ryan Lecuyer, Shaun Morrow, Robbie Davidson, 9th right now. Paul Holness, Jordan Huzel, Brent Densford only did a few laps, so he must have flamed out. But Fraser, Gurr, Bellotti, Press Ilog, and Tony Brown, your top 5 going at it. Still Fraser with that 35.349 is the fast lap.
He's in that all-pink car with
go.
the neon wheels.
Sure.
Coming up over the back jump and down the front stretch here.
And that was a 39 for Fraser, so not the best lap he's had. He hit that double triple. There's a car goes flipping in front of us in the infield center section of the track with a little over 2.5 minutes to go here. Still Fraser with a 11-second lead. Wesley Gurr and Bellotti. Check out the chat rooms. How many bump from this to the main? Dustin wants to know.
It's not directly to the main. 2 bump from this race up to the 132nd final. Gotcha. So if you kind of notice, we're dividing by 2 each time. So 64 divided by 2 is
32.
32.
You had it right.
Sorry, I get my numbers mixed up.
Don't think too hard.
Yep. And then we just keep going down all the way to a final, which will determine the final 2 bumps or the final bumps rather for the main final.
Sure.
So there's an even and an odd just to kind of split them up, give different drivers a chance. A little bit better, honestly, to determine who's fastest than a single race with more drivers in it.
Sure.
Makes it a little easier to get up to the big show or have a shot at it anyway.
Gotcha. 1.5 left. Shawn Fraser, Wesley Gurr. Fraser has now a 13-second lead. He's extended that one over Wesley Gurr. Bellotti is 26 back. Tony Brown up to 4th. Press Ilog, Shaun Morrow, Ryan Lecuyer. Kiarra back in 10th and on lap 9, so she's definitely having some problems in this one.
Might have had a flame out here.
Jose says my buddy Daniel Bablock owns one of those cars, and it looks good on the track.
Alrighty then. Well, sounds like it's definitely a solid car, and Tesman's definitely shown that here today with
exactly. Oh my God,
TQ
the
and
whole
Buggy.
Weekend, he has been.
Yeah, he has definitely been on fire.
Absolutely. 45 seconds. Shawn Fraser, Gurr, Bellotti. Bellotti, 25 seconds. He gained a little bit of time there. Tony Brown and Press Ilog top 5. So looks like pretty much a runaway on this one from Shawn Fraser. In the 5 car, he has a 10-second lead over Wesley Gurr. There he is right in front of us on our screen, that pink and with the flow yellow rims. Coming by, he just needs to cruise it on in, Charlie, and take this one, no problem.
Oh yeah, not a problem at all.
There's 2nd and 3rd, Gurr and Bellotti. That could be a good battle, this final 10 seconds. And there it is. Gurr flips it. Bellotti now should move up to second.
And there is the master tone. So see if Bellotti can keep it together here. Triples that.
Fraser takes the win there. And coming across, it is. What was I seeing things?
Maybe we were looking at a different car. Yeah. So looks like Shawn Fraser and Wesley Gurr are going to bump. We misspoke. Bellotti was not the car who was battling with Gurr. In fact,
so
Tony
he
Brown
must have been ahead
third.
actually, and then he flipped because he has dropped back to fifth. So that was Bellotti that actually flipped and not Gurr. So I apologize on that. Kind of a little bit. What time is the A main?
The A mains are actually tomorrow.